Okay, you guys, I'm back for loading day number 2. Have you guys been eating? I hope so. You probably don't feel much like eating today, but do the best you can. It's a little harder on the second day, but anything that you're putting in your body is going to be with fat. But as I say, today gets a little harder sometimes because you're already now burning fat very, very efficiently, and so it really lowers the desire to eat, which is kind of a miracle if you think about it. But so do the best you can. Today I'm going to have you prepare for your first week menu, all right? And I want you to keep it simple. I'm going to go through the food groups. I'm going to go through what you should be preparing, and I want you to be ready for the week. And after you've got your first week under your belt, you're off and running. Your first week is just trying to figure everything out. How do I feel? Is this normal? All this kind of thing. It's normal for everybody to go through that. That's why I love the daily emails I'm going to be giving you, okay? Because I'm going to walk you through, and you have nothing to worry about. We're going to review all the food groups. So first of all, what we're going to talk about is you're going to have, we're not counting calories, okay? So don't even go and say, okay, I've had this many calories. I know it's a reduced calorie, but what we're looking at is we're looking at 2 servings of fruit, 2 servings of protein, 2 servings of vegetables, 2 servings of fruit, and optional are 2 servings of breadsticks. We're going to review that a little bit for the people that are pretty insulin resistant, okay? But that's really the simplicity of it. And this is what I tell people. You cannot believe how simple this program is once you know the rules. I ate my protein, I ate my fruit, I ate my vegetables. I get on the scale the next day and I lose weight. I lose weight every single day. That's all I was doing. And I have to tell you, I was a little bit irritated, needless to say, that this is how simple it was when I struggled for so many years. So when you wrap that around your head and understand this is not difficult, this thing works, and you just follow the rules, you'll be rewarded like you've never been rewarded before. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there a little bit. But anyways, so let's go to the protein. So and this will be written out for you. You'll already receive some of this, but I just want to review a little bit. The protein you're going to weigh, you have to weigh your protein out, okay, people? I can't tell you how many times I get on the phone with people and they say, you know, I just eyeball it. And I go, yeah, no, there's a reason that Dr. Simeons was so precise about weighing protein. It's because that's where you're going to get any extra fat in, and the precise amount of protein is what makes it successful. So if you're going to weigh it raw, you're going to weigh it at about 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. If you're going to cook it first, weighing it raw is most accurate, but trust me, it's very difficult to do this all the time. So if you're going to weigh it cooked, you're going to weigh it at 3 ounces cooked, or I think it's 85 grams cooked. And this must be as accurate as you can, okay? Do not eyeball it, but you will have to eyeball it in restaurants. Don't worry about it. That's going to be an occasional time, but on a daily basis, you have to look and weigh specifically. And you're going to cut off all visible fat, okay? Please don't leave it, like if you're doing steak or whatever, if there's fat on it, cut that off and then weigh it after that, okay? And again, we talked about yesterday, HCG, the formula is a fat-seeking missile, and you do not want any distractions. So just for these 23 to 40 days, be specific, okay? So I'm going to give you a quick list of what type of things you can have. So like with protein, we're talking chicken breasts, no skin, do skinless, boneless chicken breast, preferably organic. Costco has a pretty good price on that. No rotisserie chicken, no rotisserie chicken at a grocery store. I get this all the time. Well, guess what? The whole thing has been rotisserie in the skin, and so it's actually much higher fat content than if you had taken the skin off and cooked it. No dark meat. No turkey. People are always often eating turkey instead of chicken just because they like turkey better. That turkey's great, just not great on this protocol. Oh, I want to really quickly say this. What I'm telling you right now has been proven. 30 years of research has gone into which foods work the best with HCG. Does it mean that other foods aren't good? No, the other foods are great. It's just that for your best weight loss results, you are going to follow what foods are on there. That being said, there's going to be times where you're out and about and the only option is a turkey, is a slice of turkey or is some broccoli. Well, obviously you're not going to starve that day, so you can have that. It's not going to throw you off. You're just probably not going to lose as much weight as you would have if you would have adhered to the program. This is non-negotiable in the sense of what's on this list because all of this has been studied over and over again. Also, a lot of prepackaged meats, make sure there is no sugar added and stuff. There are some really nice sliced chicken well, mind you, you're going to have, don't even do the sliced chicken, sorry about that, in the package because it's going to be probably rotisserie with the skin on, so it's going to be higher fat. But I'll tell you what, there's a couple grocery stores, some of the higher end grocery stores, if you go to their deli section or their, where they have all the prepared foods. They'll have like chicken breasts and this and that. They will have generally grilled chicken breasts that just all it has is salt and pepper on it. You can have them package it up and actually weigh it out in your 3-ounce packages, and that's if you're out and about and you don't get a chance to go home and make your food. You can do that at the grocery stores. Same. Now let's get on with the beef. You can have beef type. If you know your blood type and you are an O type blood, you do very, very well with beef. Others do okay with it. It's just that if you're blood type O, you can have beef daily and do very well. If you're either A or B or a combination of that, you don't necessarily want to have beef every single day, but if you do, you'll still do okay. Blood type always do a little bit better with that. You want the absolute leanest part cut of beef, so like a filet mignon, or there's some very, very lean cuts that you can get. But when you're talking about ground beef, it's tricky because there's, no matter how lean they say it is, it's not lean enough, and usually it'll slow down the weight loss because of the amount of fat that's in ground beef. So that's why I'm going to tell you to use bison instead. And you're going, oh, what is bison? What's buffalo? And you'll be surprised how good it is. But ground buffalo makes great hamburger patties. Weigh them out in your if it's raw, in 3.5 ounces. Fry them all up and you're good for at least the next 5 days, okay? So it's a really nice, and you can put some in the freezer and just, grab it when you need. So we talk chicken, we can do beef, you can do veal. Buffalo is a bison, fresh white fish, no salmon and no tuna. Again, I get people all the time eating salmon the whole time. No wonder they're not hardly losing more than like half a pound or less a day, okay? So no salmon, no tuna. You can have lobster, crab, shrimp, eggs. Okay, let's go to eggs here. This is an optional one, and we have a number. If you're a vegetarian, we have a number of vegetarians who do very, very well in this. And so instead of the meats and stuff, you can do eggs, and I'm going to tell you how you're going to do the eggs. And you can also do tofu and protein shakes, which I'm going to review here with you in a second. Eggs you can have occasionally. This is something maybe you don't want to have every single day. But if you're going to do eggs, the equivalent to one portion or one serving would be 1 egg yolk and 4 egg whites. So we're looking at 1 whole egg and 3 egg whites. So you need to, you can boil them up and pop the yolk out, and you can have the 3 egg whites with the 1 full yolk, full egg. That is a serving. With cottage cheese, you're allowed cottage cheese to extent, but there's too much milk sugar in it, and it really does slow down your weight loss. So occasionally, if you have to do cottage cheese, that's fine, but just occasionally. Tofu, just weigh it out just like you would any other protein. But I wanted to give you some options here for protein shakes. I love the option of having protein shakes, especially for vegetarians or people who, I have some clients who have a very hard time eating protein. I can't believe it, but they just get nauseous thinking about eating chicken or beef. So even though they're not vegetarians, or having it like twice a day. So a proper protein shake does work, but they have to be specific. I've got whey factors here. You can get that at many grocery stores, health food stores. Even Target was carrying it. The reason I like the whey factors is it is sweetened with stevia, and I think you can get it as strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate flavors. And you just use a scoop of that in place of your protein, put it in a blender. You can throw some, if you have a high-tech blender, you can put some of your vegetables in there, you can put your fruit in there, and you can have some ice and whatever, and you can have yourself a little bit of a shake, okay? The other one I really like, and I don't have a picture of it, but hopefully I'll have that on the email for you, is it's called About Time. I just found this one, so one of my clients was telling me about it. It's called About Time. And it's a whey protein and many, many flavors, again made with stevia, and the ingredients look really good for you, so you should be very safe using that product. So that's a nice, just, an option for some of you. Anyways, and what's neat is there's probably some more out there. I just don't know which ones they are right now, but companies are really starting to learn that we don't want aspartame in our shakes. We want something like a stevia that is safe for you. Now let's go to the vegetables. You get 2 servings of protein, which we just talked about. Now we're going to do 2 servings of vegetables. And this is where it gets a little confusing too. With Dr. Simeon's, he was very adamant about not mixing your vegetables. Chemistry-wise, with HCG, it just slows your weight loss down. That being said, if you're at a restaurant and you get yourself a side salad with maybe some lemon on the side, you get a side salad that has some cucumbers and some onion in it, don't worry about it. This is, you just have it and don't worry about it. But on a regular basis, try not to mix your vegetables. And adhere to that as much as you can. Try to make different vegetable choices for your different meals, but you can actually mix, believe it or not, vegetable with some fruit, so go figure. But it is okay to do that, and I'll talk to you about that in just a second. The vegetables are spinach, chicory, chard, beet greens, celery, tomatoes, red radishes, onions. any color. Cucumbers, asparagus, cabbage, lettuce. You can do a mixture of baby greens. That's fine. Let's see here. So that's with the vegetables. Okay, I forgot to take, with the vegetables, there's no fat in vegetables. There's very low calories in it. It's very filling. It's very hard to overeat on the vegetables. So let's say that you're hungry and you want a snack. Go ahead and have some more vegetables. If you need 18 spears of asparagus, go for it. I mean, it's good fiber, and you can't overeat on. When you're done, you're done. You're not gonna. It's not like you can continue eating on the vegetables. But if you need more of anything, please. He was never specific on how much vegetables. He was only specific on the protein, and because that's where the fat would come in. The vegetables, he says 1 to 2 handfuls. How big are your hands? You know, as much as you want. It's hard to overeat on that. And then we're going to go to the fruit servings. You get 2 different servings of fruit a day. I prefer that you actually save them if you don't want to have them with your meal, to save them for in-between meal snacks, okay? So you always have something available. The fruits are apple, half a grapefruit, handful of strawberries, and then an orange. I have the orange on the bottom. It may stall people because for some of it just raises their blood sugars enough for some reason. It just causes too much of an insulin spike. So you can test it out. Some people do fine with oranges, but definitely apple, half a grapefruit, and strawberries, you're fine to do that. And so again, save them for your in-between snacks, or you can do a combination of some of the vegetables with the fruit. Some miscellaneous things, no diet soda. Okay, oh man, had you told me that I wouldn't be able to drink my Monster low carb Monster, I would have said you're nuts. And trust me, I don't think I've had some in 5 years. It does nothing to me now. But I was so addicted. But please, no sodas. They have the aspartame, they have the sweeteners in them that will throw you off completely and you won't lose weight. This is the best time to detox yourself from them, and you'll think twice when you start drinking it again, okay? Zevia is a soda brand that is sweetened with stevia. It's okay occasionally. There's some food coloring and stuff in there that I'd be a little concerned about, but you can have a little bit of that on ice. But even a safer option is some sparkling water, some ice, and then we talked about the sweet leaf stevias. There's just oodles of these. Go online on Amazon. Are you kidding me? I mean, there's every flavor imaginable. One of my favorite ones is I use the English toffee and the vanilla for my coffee. My favorite things that we do in our house is use lemon drop stevia, put it on ice and sparkling water, a little bit of juice of a lemon, and it's just like you can't believe it. That's something maybe I would tell you to carry your lemon drop stevia actually in your purse, so that when you're out and about and everybody's having their wine and stuff, just ask for some sparkling water, some lemon on the side, squeeze it in, and put some stevia in there, and you know what? You're part of the party. You're not. Tomorrow you get on the scale and you're losing, so that's awesome. Let me see here. I know I'm going on and on. I'm almost done. Tea, green tea. If you can do that every single day, that would be awesome. That's one of the best teas to have for your metabolism, and it actually takes hunger away. It makes you feel full. There are a lot of unflavored, wonderful teas out there too. You can definitely give them a try. Just make sure they don't have any additives in them, okay? Besides just essences of flavors. Coffee, yes, you can have coffee. You can have 1 to 2 cups of coffee with 1 to 2 tablespoons of low-fat milk in it. The stevias are the best thing to sweeten with. None of the other sweeteners you can use, because it'll throw you right off. So if you can't drink coffee without your regular sweetener, then you might just not drink coffee. But stevia works fantastic. And then you'll figure out how strong to do the stevia. There's a sweet spot where it really, really does taste good. Let me see what else. Okay, I'll quickly go over this, but I'll go over this again. I'm talking about stevias, and this is why I keep on mentioning sweet leaf. There are just oodles of stevias out there that are horrible, that have other ingredients that my clients don't know about, and for 2 weeks they're not losing anything, and I finally figure out it's their stevia packets they got in their purse because they drink iced tea all day long, or they drink coffee all day long, and all day long they're putting the stevia. That is not stevia. It's partially stevia, and the rest of the stuff is like maltodextrin, dextrose, just a lot of other additives, and so that's why sweet leaf is pure. And if it's not pure, it's going to stall you, and you won't even know why. And it's kind of crazy. Lets you know you got to respect the HCG program, because I'll tell you what, don't mess with it. And when you do it right, you'll be losing weight. We talked a little bit about the bread that I was going to go over. Okay, you're allowed 2 grissini sticks, which is like a breadstick, or 2 Melba toast, which are fine. Always carry maybe some of that in your purse, and always carry an apple in your purse just in case, because you're going to feel great most of the time. Then when you're out and about shopping and all of a sudden you hit a wall, you go, oh my goodness, I need food now. and you have nothing. And so that's when, you know, you're either going to panic or you're going to go to the restaurant and have something you're not supposed to have. So always have an apple, maybe some Melba toast or some breadsticks in your purse. And I'll tell you what, with that, with a liter of water, you're good for another 3 hours. Great trick, and I don't want you to forget about that. But other than that, for a lot of us, the Melba toast or the breadsticks, to eat them on a regular basis and have your 2 servings a day, it's a carbohydrate. It raises our blood sugars, and for some of us are so sensitive to that, where we produce so much insulin for that little bit of carbohydrate, that you will go into a fat storing mode instead of burning it, and you won't lose any weight, and it'll be something as silly as your breadsticks. Back in the day when Dr. Simeons came up with this program 30 some years ago, people who weren't as insulin resistant as they are, and he's from Italy, so an Italian couldn't imagine one day without the breadsticks. So that's why it was part of it, but honestly it's not beneficial really at all. It's just maybe as a crutch to get you, but it'll raise your blood sugar so you crave more, and it's crazy. And so let's see here. Apple cider vinegar, I want you to have that on hand if you can. It's a wonderful thing to make vinaigrettes with, and also you can throw that apple cider vinaigrette with apple and cucumber slices, and you're good for the whole day on that. And in cooking, of course, you're not going to use any fats. You're not going to use any spray. Use your Teflon pan. You can use fat-free chicken broth with anything that you cook or you steam or soups. Okay, fat-free chicken broth, so you can stir fry your vegetables and such. And then again, no fats when you're cooking it. And please read on your seasonings. Read every single label. My garlic salt, guess what? The second ingredient was sugar, and I couldn't believe it. I go, you gotta be kidding me! I thought it had garlic salt. No, it had sugar in it. I'll review this a little bit with you down the road, but honestly, every single thing that you put into your body starting tomorrow, read those ingredients, and you'll be shocked to see how much stuff they put in there that shouldn't be in there. And the only thing I'm going to add on this, and then we are finished today, is the only thing I'm going to add is that I would like you to have a couple hard-boiled eggs ready to go tomorrow. And for the week, just boil a bunch of eggs, because you get your 2 servings of protein, your 2 servings of vegetables, your 2 servings of fruit. But the anxiety of just even being hungry is sometimes too much for people. So I want, if you even think you're going to be hungry or you feel hungry, you take one of those eggs, pop the yolk out, put a little sea salt on it, and you can have that as a snack the first week in addition to your protein. Just by knowing that, though, you might not even need to do that, but I do want to let you know you do have that option, so you don't have a panic mode of being hungry. This is a fun process, but the first week, it just takes you a while to get into it, okay? All right, tomorrow we're starting, so I'm so excited for you guys. I'll be there for you tomorrow.